Hey, I'm Katie.
And I'm Dan.
And we're in Japan. We're spending the next 72 hours exploring Tokyo. Come along with us. Our first day in Tokyo starts in an area called Asakusa. In English, it's spelled like Asakusa, so you'll hear us calling it that in the video, but in Japanese, it's Asakusa. This is the neighborhood where our hotel is. What you need to know about Tokyo right off the bat is it's basically a city of 26 cities. The greater Tokyo area has a population of 41 million people, making it the most populous metropolitan area in the world. In comparison, the population of all of Canada is just 40 million people. But anyway, first on our agenda is finding some breakfast. So we got out bright and early this morning because jet lag basically, and it's crazy how between like 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. just how it is like 10 times busier. I think we're just gonna have to embrace it and be part of the crowd. Yeah.
That's what the next 2 weeks are gonna be.
Yeah.
Just busy everywhere. All right, guys, we are kicking off our time in Japan with a walking tour, which I think is going to be the best way to learn about the country, about the city of Tokyo, and to get our bearings. This street is the oldest market street in Tokyo, is what our guide said. It feels like you could buy anything and everything on this street. Doing this walking tour around the Senso-ji temple, and there's a shrine aspect of it too.
I feel like one big takeaway that I've learned so far is that temples are Buddhist and the shrines are part of the Shinto religion. And I feel like from our guide we've been learning a lot about how, like, what I find fascinating is like the coexistence of these two religions. Like the way she talks about it, it's kind of like people will sort of participate in both, at least your kind of average person, but I want to learn more about that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Tour guide explained how to use this thing behind me. It gives you a fortune. You spin around this metal can, pull out one chopstick, and that corresponds to a number, and then in that number drawer is your fortune. She said at most temples, all the fortunes are kind of good, but that this temple is known for being a bully. And she said at least 20% of the fortunes are bad.
Because I guess that's the more like proper traditional way of doing it, but all the other temples like to be nicer and make them all good.
Of course, they want repeat customers.
Yeah, so let's see what kind of fortune we draw.
We got a regular fortune.
It is almost impossible to cross a river too wide. Waves are hard all over the river. Can't get to the other shore without a boat. But if you get a chance to cross the river when waves get calmed down, you can get a powerful means to pick up a giant fish. Your request will be granted. The patient get well, but takes a little time. The lost article will be found soon. The person you wait for will come late.
This part is like possible interpretations.
Oh, I understand.
So the first is a little poem first, and then now it's the
what that means in your life kind of thing. You should not to start a trip. That's one of the interpretations. Uh-oh. I think the idea of this is like you might be going through some tough times. Believe me, been there, done that.
I knew that was coming.
Every day above ground is a great day. Remember that. That's what I think it's saying.
I don't know. Tell us in the comments. What does this mean? Now we are on the food and beverage street.
There are so many shops along here, it's crazy. And I'm so hungry.
It all smells really good.
This afternoon is gonna be our own custom food and beverage tour because I've got a whole list of places to check out and I'm so hungry.
Got our snack here. What is it? Mochi daifuku?
Yes.
With custard. Your lips are all white. Oh, that was good.
It is really good. I love the like rice dough stuff. I really like that.
I like that a lot. Smells good. Nice and peachy. Ooh, yeah, that's good. You know what it tastes like to me? Like the syrup that's in the jar with the canned peaches.
That's exactly
It's
what
sweet.
it's like. Well, Dan has his peach drink. I am kind of in the mood for an iced matcha, and I think we found the perfect place to get one.
Let's get the official review here.
Good. It's very like matcha forward. It makes me realize how at home I have like such sweet matcha drinks.
I've been seeing these, I think people call them melon pan.
Okay, yeah.
It's just these like filled buns. You can buy them plain, not filled, but I really want one with whipped cream.
Let's go try it.
Okay, let's do it. It's like a basic kind of vanilla cakey sort of a bread with whipped cream on it. It's really good. Gosh, that's a big bite.
That is really good.
I'll tell you what, this has been the tastiest thing we've had yet.
That was really good.
Do you agree? Yeah?
That whipped cream just like really just topped it off perfectly.
And it's warm.
There's more desserts I want to get.
Oh,
Remember the sweet potato thing?
I was about to end this segment. You got more you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been walking in the direction of the sweet potato place this whole time. So what are we gonna get? Like, I feel like this is the really like iconic thing, but I really would like to try that.
Well, do you want both? I don't know.
I think maybe both.
That looks good. Hey, I just have a question. What's the appeal, though? So before you crack that open, can you just tell me what the appeal is?
It looks really tasty. I don't know.
Okay. I'll trust the process.
I really like sweet potato generally. And this is like, well, here.
Ooh.
See, I told you.
Oh.
That is really good.
That part's just custard, right?
Well, I don't know what's going on with it, but it is good. It's tasty. What are you talking about?
It's pretty good. Well, it has been fun trying all these different foods. This has been a good introduction to Tokyo.
This evening, we're taking the subway to Akihabara. It's also known as Electric Town for all of the lights and electronics stores you can find here.
It's a long line for ramen, so you know it must be good.
Hungrier than I thought I was after eating like sweets all afternoon, but there's just something about like a bowl of ramen that's like such a hearty, like nice warming meal. Now let's go check out what Akihabara has to offer. We visited Don Quixote, a famous Japanese department store that sells anything and everything. You can definitely get lost in here, and TBH, it is a little bit overstimulating in my opinion.
Oh, I love all that neon.
But there's a lot of fun stuff there. We also went to Bic Camera, which did not sell nearly as many cameras as I would have hoped based on the name. I sort of thought this place would be like a B&H photo place, but sort of different than that. It's kind of more like a Walmart. And we also popped into a few smaller specialty stores like this one selling vintage Nintendo games. A lot of these places you really need to know they're there and look for them because they're hidden away on like the second, third, or even fourth floor of these really tall buildings, and the sign outside might just be a small plaque like this.
Well, this has been a very interesting experience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, very fascinating. I feel like I can't even take it all in my current jet lag state. It
feels like a fever dream.
Yeah.
It does. Well, I think that's a sign we should head back to the hotel.
It's time for bed.
Yeah.
It's just you and me this morning. Let's go to 7-Eleven. It is 7:45 in the morning. Been up since like 5-ish because we just can't seem to start sleeping in. And anyway, Dan wanted to have a more relaxing morning, so I'm taking myself for a walk. And I'm gonna go check out a Japanese 7-Eleven for the first time. Since we're out and about anyway, why don't we stop by Family Mart, another like famous Japanese convenience store, to see what else we can get.
Wow.
There's some kind of custard on the inside.
We're back to sweet potato and custard. Didn't take long.
Hmm.
To me, this tastes way better than the sweet potato creme brulee that you got the other day.
What? That stuff was good. You want to try this?
How do? Wow.
Really soft white bread with oranges in the middle and then whipped cream.
Wow.
Cheers.
This feels like a kid's fever dream, you know what I mean? Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it would be better with strawberries.
Yeah. Normally I'm not a fan of just like plain white like Wonder Bread type stuff, but like this is good bread. Like,
In this setting, it makes sense.
Now that we've had our 7-Eleven breakfast, I think we're ready to head out. It's like 9:45.
Oh,
so,
good. Stuff will be opening soon.
Yes, most things seem to open at like 10 or 11. So let's make our way over to a new neighborhood of Tokyo, Shibuya. So today we are visiting the Shibuya and Harajuku neighborhoods of Tokyo. Okay, so I know it's gonna seem like we just ate breakfast and now we're eating lunch all of a sudden, but what you need to know about Japan is that anywhere you've seen like a TikTok or Instagram reel about, there is gonna be a massive line. Once we arrived at the restaurant called Happy Pancake, we waited about 30 minutes to even be seated, even though we showed up literally when it opened. But I have to say it was pretty worth it because these fluffy and jiggly Japanese pancakes are delicious. Oh, and this place had a really cool hidden door to the bathroom, which was fun. So today we're exploring the Shibuya neighborhood, which is kind of like a bit of a shopping district, and it's also home to the busiest pedestrian crossing in the world.
Yes.
So one of the fun things that you can do as a tourist in Japan is collect stamps at different train stations or different like museums or tourist centers, that kind of thing.
Oh, it's right up there.
Okay, we've spotted it.
They're hard to find sometimes.
And we got our first stamp yesterday at the Tourist Information Center in Asakusa, and we have found the stamp station here in Shibuya.
Here's our stamp book. Japan just has the cutest little streets, don't you think? And it's so quiet.
It is. It's quiet for the number of people that are walking around for sure.
When there's no cars, it is quite quiet.
After a little bit of window window shopping here and there, we headed for Harajuku, specifically the famous Takeshita Street, which is obviously very popular. Okay, so capsule toys are a really big thing in Japan. They're also called gachapons, and basically you put money in, spin the dial, and a little toy comes out in this like plastic capsule. You can get miniatures of pretty much anything.
I'd really like to get one that's like Japan landmarks in miniature, or like some of the foods we've been enjoying in miniature.
Look, it's the peach drink we got from a vending machine yesterday.
Oh yeah. The thing is, we might get a different flavor, not the peach.
That's how they get you with these machines. We found another one.
We did. This one's for the Harajuku neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we are at Meiji Jingu, or the Meiji Shrine. This is a shrine to the first modern emperor of Japan.
Oh,
like
cool.
the first emperor in the modern era.
Okay.
And the empress.
Nice.
So Emperor Meiji and Empress Shogun. This is so cool.
It's gorgeous and just like it's such an opposite to where we just were. Like we literally just came off of Takeshita Street,
where it was so busy.
Harajuku Station, and like there's lots of people here for sure still, but we're in like this big open park.
Well, it feels like we're in a forest
because you can walk and not run into people, and it's just wow, it's beautiful.
I've been reading online that this is the most visited temple or shrine around the new year, and it makes sense. Like this is first of all a huge place, but it's gorgeous and so tranquil compared to the city around.
Yeah.
Did that go?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I'm so hungry.
It's always a maze everywhere here. Like everything is on like second floor. This is it's such a like it's not gonna be easy.
I think I might get this one.
Is Charizard your favorite?
Well, this is a Charmander.
Oh.
But yeah, that's my starter.
Okay.
Fire type Pokemon.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
Whoa, this is cool.
What a perfect place to end our day.
I know, this is a beautiful view.
We have done a ton of walking today.
My phone says we've done more than 20,000 steps.
And I am really ready to go sit down.
Yeah, this is a great view from the top of the, what is this, the Parco Mall?
Yeah, the Shibuya crossing that we went across earlier today is just over that direction.
Yeah.
So, we will see you in tomorrow for our third and final day in Tokyo.
Catch you in the morning. Good morning.
It is day 3 in Tokyo, and today we are headed over to the Ginza neighborhood, and we're gonna go see a really cool attraction that is like all over Instagram, and I think Dan's gonna love it. So that is what we're doing this morning, but first we need to go take our luggage downstairs to have it stored because we're leaving this tiny little hotel room. I cannot believe we got everything back in these bags.
It's not easy.
After our visit to Team Lab, we wanted to hit up yet another Instagram famous restaurant, this one serving fried sandwiches. That's the potato salad one. That's the egg salad one. And pistachio. That looks so good. After another roughly 45-minute wait, we were so happy to have these in our hands.
Oh, that made a satisfying crunch. So it's fried bread, right?
This isn't like hot either, but it's like crunchy and fried, and then the interior is like cold egg salad, but it's really good.
Interesting. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. And I am hungry.
Yeah, I know, same. It's a little bit of a mess. I feel like the crunchy part has kind of transferred onto the paper, but...
Oh man, this is gonna be so messy. Yeah, you're loving that?
That is really good. You know, like I love like custard. Take a bite. That's basically what this is.
That is so good. That's so good. I was so hungry. I feel so much better now.
That was such a yummy lunch.
It was a little greasy, but extremely tasty.
Yes.
I feel so good actually right now.
Yeah, way more energetic
Exactly.
than before. And so our 72 hours in Tokyo have come to an end. I know there's so much more we could have seen in this city. It's absolutely massive and we really only scratched the surface here. But we are headed to our next adventure, this time outside of the city. We're getting out into nature a little bit, so make sure you stick around for our next vlog to see us explore Hakone, Japan. Until then, thanks so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.